You're listening to
Hot Sauce Sports with Mo Cohen, PZ Delarice, and Terry Tam.
I now know that I'm on with a spy, depending on who's the captain of this ship. And that's probably a bad thing if this podcast is supposed to go viral, isn't it?
Cordero Patterson like grabbing some shanks, gentlemen here. And I quote, "I'm a grown man. I don't need nobody blank in my balls, my face."
In my teenage years, I'd get back from high school, I'd smash 2 pizza pockets. Carmelo Anthony never learned you can't live life just smashing pizza pockets.
Because he lost a double bet, what I did is I cut a jalapeno in half, and I filled it with hot sauce. So he's going to have to slurp this down.
Why you give me a fucking banana, dude? I'm not eating a banana. I'll rather piss in my mouth than eat this.
Okay, so there we go. Stop stalling. Let's go. Go.
Now, here are your hosts, Mo, Terry, and PZ.
Welcome, everyone. You're listening to Hot Sauce Sports. I'm your host, PZ Delarice. Mo Khan is on assignment. I'm joined, of course, by Terry Tab. And how's it going, buddy?
I'm awesome.
Okay.
That's pretty much where it ends.
That's it?
That's it. I got the bad breath maker here. I got a beer and I got a Tim's coffee.
We got our full staff tonight. Eagle at Master Control returns to the studio. Actually, he was here last week as well, but he returns.
He was here last week?
Yeah, he was.
I know.
We recorded very late.
It's a rare occurrence, but I'm here.
And the oddly unlightened Graphesian, these will rejoice.
He's the senior graphite.
Yeah, Duke is. The lighting is not fixed for him, and the production is an issue.
The Jets suck, and I don't care what anyone says.
We
the
need
Raiders
the light
are
on
make
you
the playoffs.
so that the green screen can. I mean, it's
never
never that we're actually there.
There it is. That's nice.
There we go. Okay, sorry. You were saying?
Sam Darnold's not any good. The Jets suck.
Oh, we'll get to Sam Darnold in a little bit.
And the Raiders are going to make the playoffs. I don't care what anyone says.
I mean, it's an easy conference.
I like that's kind of like what happened last week when you were here, and I broke down several facts about why Colin Kaepernick was good enough to play in the NFL. And Terry Tam started by saying, "No matter what, my mind won't change." I was like, "Well, then facts don't matter."
Yeah, I listened to it again when I was doing the editing, and it's not. There's no fact. You can't tell me that factually he'd be a good quarterback in the NFL.
No, I said factually. Most of the owners, most team management says that he can absolutely play in the NFL. He's an NFL caliber quarterback.
I wasn't saying otherwise. I was saying that there's a fact.
And he's the only.
There's shitty quarterbacks.
He's
in
not
the NFL.
because again, there's no quarterback at his age when this all started that didn't receive a contract, no matter how terrible they were.
Okay.
So it's nothing to do with good or bad.
How deep do you have to nitpick into an argument in order for me to just say I think he sucks balls?
Well, because your argument's not based on anything.
It's based on my eyes.
Well, obviously you're blind and don't know what you're watching.
Clearly, because me and 32 other fucking teams agree.
No, but
that
the
he's not
32
worth
teams
it.
don't agree. The 32 teams.
Oh yeah, what team signed him? What team signed him? What team?
Okay,
signed
so
him?
Chris Barnwell reported
that team signed him.
That the majority of teams,
the Miami Sharks.
Never mind. I would take him with the Miami Dolphins. 100%. He's better than both starters on the Miami Dolphins. Yes, Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh Rosen.
He's better than Mike Lennon. Come on,
Mike Lennon signed for $18.5 million that same year.
Also,
I know it's ridiculous
with what's going on with Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying he's anywhere near Lamar Jackson. Don't kill me. Just saying that's a type of style that would work well with Kaepernick. I don't understand why teams would be hesitant to bring on a guy that would work in this type of setting.
Anyway, we did that last week.
We has RG3, isn't it?
Yes, but if you want, okay, anyway. Yes, RG3 right now is a fine quarterback.
Why? No, but why are you going to bring in another guy when you have a guy?
I mean, they had a chance to bring him in before RG3 was my point.
Okay, but they didn't do it. Now you see the workout. All of a sudden, everybody's supposed to sign him.
No,
he sucks.
He doesn't suck.
He still sucks.
Okay, we're never gonna change his mind.
No, because he sucks. Your arguments are based on a guy that's.
Okay,
my argument's based on what the fuck I've seen him play.
There's how many active quarterbacks in a week in the NFL? 35.
Yeah, say some teams go 3.
So you're saying there are 35
current
players.
I'm not saying
that's what sucks means. It means he's unworthy of position.
No, because there's other quarterbacks that suck that are signed that he's
but
better
those
than.
Are the 35 best in the
more.
world at the moment.
I'm not saying he's not
so
deserving of a backup position.
But you're saying sucks means equivalent to 35 best in the world.
Yeah.
All right.
Sucks in relativity to your position.
All right. Stop this. We've done this already.
Did you guys see the graphic, by the way?
Like
that-
Eagle and I do the same job that producing things. I suck compared to
Yeah, but
Eagle.
you're not in the 35 best in the world.
But we're the two best
Eagle
from this
is.
team.
Trubisky is actually 34th or 35th in a lot of categories. as
He's been
QB.
awful
Yeah,
this
exactly,
year.
yeah.
So bad to watch.
Yeah.
He just can't make any throw with. I don't know if it's mental. He wasn't as bad last year.
No, he was actually very good last year.
This
but
game
also
he was
the-
better. He
the
was. He
team-
had like a rushing
The team
touchdown
has
too.
created a lot of things around making him better than he is. Like they're creative, and now other teams have scouted that, and they're stopping all those things.
So if he was good at doinks, the Bears are now good at double doinks.
Well, they already were.
No, yeah, exactly. Double doink.
Triple
The
doink.
field goal. The field and triple doinks. Yeah. But it's the coaching the problem on that team. Anyways.
Guys, I'm going away for a few days. That's why we're recording this earlier in the week.
You're going to Atlanta to see Kaepernick work out.
Yeah, well, I missed it.
You're going to be the only guy there.
I was it's just like with the NFL plan. They wanted nobody
Yeah.
there, so it works out.
Yeah, it works out because nobody wanted to see it.
Well, no, I'm going down for Thanksgiving, of course. It's the first time I go to the States in a while, and I'm not going to go catch a game of any sort. It's
Nothing.
Well, because
I'm sure
the
like
Falcons-
Hawks tickets are cheap.
Yes, but the Hawks aren't a sport. Although Trae Young's fun to watch. The thing is, Atlanta's playing Thursday night against the Saints, which is an awesome game. It's because it's a rivalry, not because the two teams are of equivalent talent, but it happens on Thanksgiving night, so I can't go because
You're going to be
family
busy
event.
with family and shit.
And then on Saturday, there's Georgia Tech. But it's at Georgia Tech. I'm not funding the garbage competition.
Okay, so it's political now.
Yeah, I'm not giving them money to help them go after recruits. To hell with them.
Screw you,
If it was
man.
UGA, I'd pay triple again.
Screw you. Doesn't the money go?
The Thrashers apparently are no longer there.
Not even.
Kovalchuk?
Are the Hawks? Can you see if the Hawks are in town from now till Sunday?
You want to go watch the Hawks?
The Atlanta Hawks.
Do you know what? You also want to know what the record is?
It's not great.
Come on.
It's not great. They're middle of the pack, but I'm just asking because they're cheap, and I'll check last minute. Maybe I might go on like Friday or Saturday night.
Should do it. Fuck it. Even go to the Georgia Tech game.
No, I'm not giving. I'm gonna watch it at home in a hot tub.
But I think they have like revenue shares.
Because the NCAA needs revenue. Oh, you mean revenue shares? They're not sharing with the
yeah, they're not sharing with the team. Yeah,
nonsense.
with the old school.
By the way, did you see? So remember we talked about Penny Hardaway and Memphis. So the way remember I was saying, well, what power does the NCAA have? And then we never followed up on the story because that's what we do.
Yeah, we had said
They actually sued the NCAA by saying you don't have any power, which is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But anyway, they ended up dropping the suit,
Obviously,
and everything
yeah,
got settled.
of course.
And then what happened is the player had to repay the $11,000. What's interesting is that because he's not getting paid,
but he
got money from boosters to pay that, I'm sure.
But he had already paid it.
Yeah, but they're like, no, you pay it again. you pay it good.
Warriors Hawks.
Warriors
December
Hawks?
2nd, Monday.
No, but I'm back.
But it's the
Monday.
worst time to watch the Warriors also because
I'm back Monday though.
yeah.
And I'm not paying to see the Warriors.
The next 3 games are in Milwaukee, Indianapolis, and Houston.
So that's it. So it looks like I'm not going to catch a game live, boys.
Did you hear Klay Thompson is going to be doing play-by-play tonight?
I didn't.
Yeah, he's doing play-by-play.
Is he allowed? Does he get a second check?
The Hawks are 4-13, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
The 4-13 team play against a team that hasn't won anything yet.
The Warriors are bad, but that fell
They're
apart
really bad.
fast, man.
Yeah, like
How did everyone get hurt the second? Maybe they're just their training staff sucks because Durant got hurt and then everyone got hurt.
The Hawks actually are doing better. The Warriors have 3 wins this year.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, the Warriors are awful.
they're really bad. The
Willie
training.
Cauley-Stein-
I can't. Other than Willie Cauley-Stein, I can't tell you who else is on that team.
I'm on it.
Yeah, let me list the starters for us, Duke. That would be awesome.
You got it.
That would be awesome.
There's a few good young guys, but they shouldn't be starting.
You have Draymond Green, Eric Paschal,
Pashal.
Willie Cauley-Stein, Alec Burks,
Oh yeah.
Glenn Robinson III.
So guys got washed out from other teams, basically.
Yeah,
Pretty
Kai Bowman, Omari Spellman,
Spellman.
Marquise Christus,
I don't know what that is.
Marquise Chris was a washout from the worst team ever, Phoenix Suns.
and Jordan
Wow.
Poole.
Yeah.
They actually managed to beat the Grizzlies.
And Jeremy
with
Lin
that.
doesn't have a job in the NBA.
Who?
Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, seriously, Jeremy Lin can't play on that team. They need a point guard, obviously.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
Was he playing with
What
Warriors?
about Jimmer Fredette? Bring Jimmer Fredette in for a year. Fuck.
Yeah, and honestly, if you can't find him, they're going to be in Atlanta on Monday.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick was there. Maybe he can have a workout.
Yeah, maybe he can work out.
Until then, it's time for the news.
Because Kaepernick probably thinks that the NBA's been denying him work because they didn't draft him.
Second lawsuit. Terry, it's the
I
news.
love the new graphic.
We saw it's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it. For those not watching, you need to watch this episode alone just to get the new graphic. We got a Miami Vice theme going. I love it. I love it. We're gonna be getting the new hot sauce jerseys as well.
Did you change the font on the hot sauce site?
Yes,
You did, eh?
I did because the
It's much
last one
better.
was really hard to read.
Yeah, it's much better now.
And,
Yeah, I got a compliment actually. It's really easy to read.
Yeah, and well, the site's going to be changing a lot. There's going to be a lot more coming onto the site in a while. There's also a new hot sauce culture thing that I'm.
I saw it actually. I like the
Yeah.
logo you made.
Okay.
I like
Pretty
that
cool.
it's at Hot Sauce Cult.
Yeah, hot sauce cult.
Also,
Do you guys want to hear also another funny story? It has nothing to do with sports.
Yes,
Amazing.
always.
I registered a domain for my company recently, right?
What's
My
the
graphic
company?
design
What's the company
company. It's Design Locale with an E.
Okay.
.ca.
Like French.
Design locally.
Design locally.
Do not
Locally.
type in.
Locally.
Do not type in design locale with an E.com because it's a Chinese porn site.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, we need that.
And
Get the fuck out of here.
There's a girl licking a chode. It's
Well,
not
do it. I wanna
Eagle
see it.
instantly
Yeah.
searched it.
Yeah.
Eagle instantly.
Show me.
Please don't put it on the screen.
yeah.
I want to see a girl licking a chode.
We can't. No, we can't. We can't put that. We can't put that on Facebook.
It's not on our screen.
No, it's not on
It's
the-
only
it's
on.
not- it's not on
It's
there.
only for us to see.
Woo! Yeah. So that's when you type in .com.
You kind of undersold too.
Also, just put in
Or
.ca.
oversold
Just put in
them.
I
.ca
feel
for
like
a
you
second.
should change your company name now.
Yeah, like.
Because
Not
someone's
fucking
going to
happening.
type this.
So what's
Not
yours?
fucking
Dot
happening.
what?
Hey, who owns hotSauce.com, by the way? It's a fucking gambling site.
It's
so
a gambling
don't give me
site, but
shit.
they
Yeah,
have
but
it.
that
They
works
have it.
for us.
Check, put on mine. Put
No,
on
we didn't. We lost $150.
Also, I'm
We
pretty sure
gambled
this
and
is
lost.
Japanese and not Chinese.
Fuck whatever. So
That reminds me of that Patrice O'Neal bit, and he's like, Chinese people, and she's like, well, not every Asian person's from China. He's like, no, I'm talking about the countries where Chinese people come from.
Well, to be fair, Taiwan and Hong Kong.
Exactly.
So
what do I do?
Or
by
even
the
Dave
way?
Chappelle has a bit about it. He's like, what type of Chinese are you? He's like, I'm not Chinese. I'm Korean. Can't you tell? He's like, I don't look Chinese. He goes, yeah, motherfucker, you do look Chinese. He's like, you all look Chinese.
I'll tell you who looked good last night. Lamar Jackson.
That's a
Wow,
decent
transition.
segue. Decent.
Real transition.
He did not look Chinese.
He did not look
No,
Chinese.
he looked like an African American male because he is. But
He looked like an MVP.
did he look like a wide receiver? Is my question. Because he looked like a quarterback to me.
apparently throwing.
He
five-
was doing
five
so well
touchdowns
that
in
I
one
lost
game.
to Duke in fantasy because he got pulled in the third quarter.
Really? Is that how it happened?
Oh, but you
Yeah,
were,
I was catching up 100%.
you were.
you were down by that much though. The
Oh,
fact that
I was an awful week.
'Cause he
And
still had, like,
scored
40 fantasy
85 points.
85, but that's just this year. I don't
Is
even
it-
think I put up 100 points in
We
2
have a
weeks.
we have
Your
a
team
couple.
sucks.
We have a
Yeah.
couples league where it's only 8 people, so the teams are stacked, but nobody scores more than 100 points for some reason. I don't understand. It's not PPR. It's standard.
Yeah, okay.
But
Still.
it's just a lot of people are underperforming. Like I have Saquon
Yeah.
Barkley, got
Yeah.
me 8 points. You know,
Yeah,
you know,
I have Saquon.
I started Amari
I-
Cooper,
I
0
have-
points.
Yeah, 0. I have Saquon in my keeper league. I kept last year Brady, Saquon because you have to keep one per position. Brady, Saquon, and Brandon Cooks. And
That's
I
awful.
was, I was actually debating between keeping Cooks or Gallup
Yeah, I like
because
Gallup
I
a lot.
felt like Gallup was gonna come out,
I
but
like
he hadn't
Gallup a
proven
lot.
anything yet. Like he had a decent season, so I kept Cooks, and then I ended up drafting Gallup like in the 3rd round.
So in the year that Lamar Jackson was draft eligible, I said the following statement.
What did you say? What did you say?
I said,
He loves telling us.
yeah, whether or not he is polished, whether or not ready right now, he is the most talented player
In the draft,
in the draft. Player, period.
who else got drafted? Who got drafted first? That year, Saquon.
He was like the last. He was like
He was
the last
30
pick.
30
And
second.
Who, give me other players that got drafted. I knew he was the last one in the 1st round.
Joey Bosa for sure went ahead.
I don't think it was the same year.
Joey Bosa, by the way.
It's the 2nd year. Joey Bosa's first
I
year.
think this.
I can't watch a fucking 49ers game with my wife because she's always like, oh, who's that guy? Yes, it's porn star Jimmy. And who's that guy? That's
Have you
Nick
seen his
Bosa.
dad? Have you seen his dad?
Yeah, they're all hot. The whole team's hot. It's almost like they drafted players that are hot on
Talk
purpose.
about fucking genetics, like those guys, and they are the greasiest Italians from Florida.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
awesome
mean?
because my wife, who married an Italian guy,
Your
can't
wife
ever
married
get-
an Italian guy.
Yeah,
Okay.
this guy.
Yeah.
And she can't get his name. So she's like, "Oh, this week should I start Jimmy Garoppolopoulos?" I'm like, that's not his name.
It's not his name.
Don't make him Greek, please.
Don't please.
Do you get the information there, Duke? I forgot what we even asked you.
We asked for
yeah.
the draft order of that year.
Just give me the quarterbacks, especially.
Fucking try.
Oh, the quarterbacks I know.
I think it was
the-
Rosen,
Yeah, it was that. This is Lamar's second year.
second year.
So it wasn't Josh Rosen.
It was. This is.
No, Josh Rosen's-
I don't remember.
I think he's been a couple years.
We're really filibustering. We're bustering those Phillips.
Trubisky.
It could be. I don't know.
Trubisky was
Now I'm
taking.
confused.
I think Trubisky was taking second. What was the Sam Darnold year
Okay, Kyler Murray,
with Barkley?
Nick Bosa,
That's the wrong year.
Quinn Williams.
No, that's last year's.
That's the wrong year.
Lamar Jackson draft year, which is 2 years ago.
So
It was 2 years ago.
2016.
Yeah, that's true.
Make some faces. The audience likes your face.
2016.
Yeah.
Just Google Lamar Jackson's draft year.
I'm fucking. Okay, just
So okay, let's.
I'll
Anytime
find
let's
out.
talk about how he played. That was nonsense.
I'm on designlocale.com one second.
and whether like it was by ground, by air, he was making great reads. He was
Yeah.
buying time. He did all the things you want to see, and it's not. It's
And
not
a
the
player that was drafted at a position he's played his entire life.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, I feel like there's a lot of narratives that existed, but like they're saying you'll never be an accurate passer. He's completing 76.2% of his passes over the last 4 weeks.
Okay.
That is insanity at the NFL level.
Okay.
The
The year that he was drafted, Lamar Jackson.
Oh, that was the. Okay, I
Baker
get it now.
Mayfield.
It's the Baker Mayfield. Baker
Saquon.
Mayfield, Saquon Barkley, Sam Darnold, Denzel Ward, Bradley Chubb, Quentin Nelson, Josh Allen. Josh Allen's been a pretty good pick.
yeah, I don't think he's bad either.
Josh Rosen,
Oh, Josh Rosen. Okay, no, because I
Josh
thought you were
Rosen.
confusing Josh Allen with Josh Rosen.
Minka from
No,
Miami,
very different.
I
One
know.
has cement feet.
Well, they both have the same first name.
That's true.
Leighton Vander Esch.
Oh,
Cowboys.
my boy, Delayton.
That's a good one.
Yeah, but they didn't need a quarterback.
And,
But what I'm saying is, of all those amazingly talented athletes, because
Yeah.
they're all NFL players, to
Yes.
me, Lamar Jackson was
Crazy.
The
For
most-
sure the best. Yeah.
the best athlete there was in the draft. And if you couldn't make it
No,
work,
I know. Actually, after seeing that list, Saquon Barkley. To me, Saquon
Ish.
Barkley is probably the best athlete in the world right now.
It's not worth it though.
Yeah, he's not an investment. Like running backs.
It's crazy.
Running
Oh, no,
backs
yeah,
today
I
are basically like 5-year busts.
No, I agree, but I'm just saying.
Okay,
is
so
that
what you're saying is-
athletically,
what you're saying
I think
is
Saquon Barkley.
the line is Saquon Barkley, and then poor Lamar Jackson is slightly less athletic
Yes,
than
exactly.
Saquon
Yeah.
Barkley.
Well, they
So-
also different kinds of athletes.
Like
Like
he's not bad for a running back though.
Yeah.
At quarterback.
Same
Not
for Saquon.
bad.
Same for Saquon. Not bad.
Yes.
so Saquon Barkley. So I guess Saquon Barkley is like more like explosive and more like fast twitch.
You're right. Nothing about Lamar Jackson's explosive.
No. Let me finish.
I will not.
Saquon Barkley is like no, because Lamar Jackson is more smooth. Like he doesn't make like crazy cuts. He doesn't like explode off the line. Everything is just like calculated, kind of like the way Le'Veon Bell runs. Just very
Okay.
kind of like slow, and then I don't know where he's gone. Where
But he has
Saquon
that
Barkley,
second gear though, where it's very explosive.
yeah, but that's fast. It's not that like I'm saying Saquon Barkley can go from here to here faster than anybody in the world. That's what I mean by explosive. Like
Like
everything
a
is
jump
power.
cut and he's gone.
Yeah, everything is power. Where Lamar Jackson is like he sees lanes, like Michael Vick used to. He
But
sees
see, like,
lanes
they
and he
keep
goes
making
right
the
through them.
comparison to Michael Vick. Lamar Jackson's a better thrower of the ball than Michael Vick was.
I think Michael Vick, like accuracy wise, yes,
Well,
but
yes.
but strength wise, Michael Vick.
I mean, okay, Michael Vick had a
Yeah,
rock,
yeah.
but I'm saying that the accuracy, like, and he showed it last night on display. Throws on the run, throws deep, throws intermediate, was making every throw.
There's that one throw he made, kind of like a sidearm, right under the like a defensive lineman trying to swat it.
Yeah.
And I think it was a touchdown. I'm not sure, and it was perfect, man. It was like it came out of like any given Sunday when Willie Beeman threw that deep ball.
Mhm.
It looked at the perfect spiral. It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So
He's great. What I've seen him do, and I was wrong about him, like because you said you
that's what I was gonna get to.
okay. Go.
Most things I get to is let me show how Terry's wrong.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
but I'll explain what I
What
meant.
did you? Because I saw him a lot in college. He was my favorite player to watch in college.
No, I thought he was good.
What
I thought
did
he
you
was good.
see that made you think he would not be successful?
I didn't think that he was gonna be this what a few people I know said he was gonna be. They said he's gonna be this.
Mhm.
I didn't see that. I saw a very good quarterback, would probably have a decent career in the NFL, like a guy that I didn't see him as a receiver. I was think it's something
because he's never done it before.
Yeah.
So why would you see him?
yeah, put him as an offensive lineman.
I've also
Same
never
thing.
seen him in porn. Want to know why? He's never been in porn.
So
what
He's
site can
not
we get
on
it at?
designlocale.com.
I think he's not on those on locale.
Which I checked.
But no, so let me finish.
Fuck.
So I just thought that he was going to be good. I didn't think he was going to be like this. I thought the game would be different for him because he does use his legs a lot.
Yeah.
And the NFL, they usually crack down. And their sophomore years are usually the worst years for quarterbacks.
Totally.
Like,
But
statistically, they are.
I do like.
But I wasn't worried about him because I used the Cam Newton comparison. Cam Newton had a terrible sophomore year. His third year,
but
what
again,
did he do?
Cam
He won
Newton
the
doesn't have the
MVP.
throwing
Can't win.
mechanics.
No, I'm just saying as the
Jackson
example
has.
is that quarterbacks always have a bad when they're different. They have a bad sophomore year because defenses pick
But
up.
how often does a coach sell out completely and say, you know what, we're building the entire team around what you
It's
do?
very rarely, and if it ever happens, they're very successful.
They usually are,
Yeah.
and that's a credit. That's a credit to now the two Harbaugh brothers,
Coffee or
because
beer.
you can. If your statement on Colin Kaepernick stands,
Yeah.
the reason why he was successful was, again, a coach going all in on that. We see now his brother going all in on Lamar Jackson. Although
Yeah.
I don't think them similar at all. I'm just saying that
They're similar coaching
there's-
styles. They're like players, guys. That
but
like,
they're guys
Yeah.
who I'm
Played-
saying the two
they also-
quarterbacks are not similar. I'm
they
saying,
also
but
played
the
at
two
a high
guys,
level, both of them.
They understand. Look, the players are the ones making the plays. We got to put them in a position
Yeah.
to make plays for us. I was absolutely amazed by. I've been amazed by him all season long. Last season. If we just, I know fantasy football is not NFL football, but if you shift the focus to fantasy for a second, he's on pace for
It's a big reason why the
461.
NFL is popular.
He's on pace for 461 fantasy points. Last season, Patrick Mahomes set the record at 417 fantasy points.
in a standard league.
So think of it. He's not even going to get close to putting up the 50 touchdowns that Mahomes did. But because of his
Is
dual
the-
threat ability,
Is there anybody that's even close to second place? I think Russell Wilson. If they end up winning
it's
the
Russell
division,
Wilson,
yeah.
but it's not.
If
that
they end up,
close.
but if they end up winning the division, Seattle,
Mhm.
I think that Russell Wilson's stock goes very high, and it's not just a quick. Yeah, 100%. It's Lamar Jackson.
Sam Darnold's stock is high, but not with MVP voters, with IG models. Duke, you got the story for us.
Yeah. So after the Raiders,
I love you so
after
much.
Sam Darnold, beat the Raiders, a very tired and terrible Raiders. That night they went out clubbing and he got super wasted.
I have a question to
Do
Raiders
you have a
fan.
video or something?
No, we don't have a video.
Oh, okay,
unfortunately.
okay.
I looked for it. There's
And
none that exist.
Just,
Okay.
j-
I
he-
wait. I have a question to Raiders fan though.
'Kay.
Why are the Raiders more tired than other teams who've played the same amount of games?
I
Yeah,
just-
he, yeah,
I
you
fucking
threw
hate
that
the
in
Jets.
there. He's like they were
I
tired.
have so much hate for the Jets ever since Mark Sanchez ate a hot dog on the sideline. I've held that grudge against them forever. So anytime I watch, I know the Raiders can
But
play
why?
the Jets.
Why did that
I
bother
always
people?
know what's going to happen.
I was
should've
jealous.
Put,
I was
should've
like, I
put
want a
money.
hot dog now.
I should have put money on this game because the Raiders always play bad against the Jets, and there's always something very humiliating that happens during the game or after the game.
So what
and
happened
this,
after the
this
game?
goes far back into the Heidi game from the I think it was the 50s or whatever. That's an old story.
So this story. What
Yes,
happened?
he got smashed at the club. He was hitting on this IG model.
Yeah,
And his teammates had to like hold him back. This is a bad idea, man. Like,
really.
They didn't want him
Yeah.
to get mono again.
and the New York
Yeah.
the New York Daily,
Your immune
New York
system's not
Daily's
strong,
trashing him the next day, saying it's, what have you done? What are you celebrating?
Well, he's celebrating being young and rich and being at a club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that what we all should be
Do-
celebrating?
yeah.
Do whatever you want, man.
And winning an NFL game decisively.
Well, Freddie Kitchens told his entire team to go out.
Yeah.
This in his post game speech. He's like, "Go out tonight. Don't do anything that you would regret or something." I'm like, "You sound like their dad."
Oh, for a second, I thought the game was in Miami. I was like, that's a terrible idea. Because Liv is there. It's a bad idea.
Live. The whole strip is there. Imagine
Yeah.
fucking what Odell Beckham and Baker Mayfield will do on the in South Beach.
I mean, even the coaches in Florida can't stay away from it. So
Listen, man,
I don't
when
know,
you're
I
a
don't get-
Dolphins
I
fan,
don't
there
get
was an
the reference.
offensive lineman coach who was doing a bunch of cocaine.
Oh, that guy. Yeah, I remember that
Forrester.
guy. Yeah, a couple years ago. Yeah.
we
That
do
guy's
have
classic.
we do have one piece of video though, Terry.
Porn.
And this one's for you specifically.
Design
You can tell us where to cut it. Nick Wright talked to us about.
Oh, I didn't
NFL
even watch
football.
it. That fucking. I like Nick Wright though. That's the worst part. When he talks about basketball.
You like
when,
Nick Wright?
When he
how
talks
does
ab-
anyone like Nick
when he
Wright?
talks about basketball,
He's
I
so
don't-
vile.
I know, but
And he's actually not a bad person.
Yeah, so I'm saying
His
his
on
voice.
the Stromall
But he has
morning,
fake hair.
should the Cowboys move on from
His hair's
Jason
nice.
Garrett?
It's a
Yes,
toupee.
and the more I think about it, I don't think they should wait till this offseason. Now, I don't
How
think
bad
they're
is
going
that
to
hair?
do it,
Really?
but I see no
No?
reason. I see no reason not to just fire him now. Chris Richard, who right now is a basically redundant position because he's not the defensive coordinator, but he kind of is the defensive coordinator. He's a guy who people think could be a head coach one day in this league. He can lean on some of the other coaching experience on the staff. Make him your interim head coach and see if it gives this team an injection. Because you're moving on from Jason Garrett after this year, and the Cowboys, as presently constituted, cannot go at least a round further than they did in last year's postseason, which is what this year was all about. So at this point, you need one of the
basically
reasons
at Fox Sports.
It's illegal to cut it.
So
Antonio Brown.
So I don't totally disagree with my boy Nick right here. Like I like Jason Garrett. I think he's actually. A good coach.
Let me start with this. Let's break it down like parcel by parcel.
Yeah.
Firstly, what are your thoughts on Jason Garrett? Because I personally think I've liked him since he was a backup quarterback for the Dolphins, for the Cowboys. He played at Princeton. I don't think he's done a terrible job. The team has always performed kind of like you've expected.
The reason why he got
the game has outgrown him.
Maybe,
but has it? I don't know. What's a better option?
But the reason why he became he became a head coach very quickly is because he developed Tony Romo.
Mm-hmm.
And because he understands the game extremely well.
He does.
And he was a good offensive coordinator, and he's an even great quarterback coach.
Yeah.
So that's part of the reason, and that's the part in the back of my head is telling me why he's still there, is because he's there to develop the investment that they're going to have at $40 million next year, which means that they want Dak to be with the best coach possible.
And he's not Jimmy Johnson, who's going to go up head-to-head and butt heads with his owner.
That's it.
Jimmy Jones knows he can control.
He's a yes man. 100% he's a yes man. But I think he's actually a good coach. But there's a lot of good coaches that get fired, and it's going to happen.
But he's been coaching this team for how many years?
8 years.
Okay, and how many playoff games has he won?
Yeah, but the team hasn't always been playoff caliber either.
Well, with Romo, they had that 1 year with Romo, man. They beat the Vikings and they got destroyed by the Eagles.
Although you can make a case that Romo was
Super
coaching
Bowl
a team and not Garrett for that year.
I disagree.
But Jason Garrett and Romo, they're kind of like a lesser Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, where they kind of like became good together.
I agree. They worked well together, and I've never heard anyone say Garrett's not a good strategist. I've never heard anyone say. Well, they don't like his body language. They don't like his.
Des Bryant rips on him all the time.
Yeah, but Des Bryant degenerated quickly.
No, but what he says was he's a good coach. He does not know how to identify with his black players. Yeah, he's not that he's racist. He's like, I'm not saying he's racist. He's not racist. He's like, but he doesn't know how to identify with them. Which when your team is 80% black, then you have to. But I'm not taking Des Bryant as that's the fucking rule.
Because things didn't end well.
He's a bitter ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, things didn't end well for Des Bryant.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of Jason Garrett myself, but I do have to say that it's hard to give this guy any to shit on him after that game when you can like nobody can catch a ball in that game.
Yeah.
It was so wet out there.
It was crazy.
Amari Cooper.
Now that last week wasn't his fault, but
I just don't know how players catch a football in that weather. It was so crazy and
like
wet.
That one catch
and you have Amari Cooper as your main target. It's a wet game.
But he was getting blanketed by Stephon Gilmore,
who by the way was
more
good at Buffalo, but he's become like the shutdown guy.
He caused problems in Buffalo
when you're coached properly.
Yeah,
he was causing problems in Buffalo. That's why they picked him up on the cheap.
But he was never this in Buffalo either.
No.
But the thing is,
he was pretty good.
He was good.
The Patriots have always had good defensive players. They've always had a good D, always. But their DBs, for some reason, they always get like 2 or 3 of the best years out of them. Yeah. Always.
It's because they're great evaluating talent, and they don't waste time when someone's degenerating. They get rid of the player.
Exactly.
But remember when they traded Richard Seymour to the Raiders?
Asante
got a first-round pick, and like
he was okay.
He had a couple years left, but if you wait a couple years, you won't get the asset in return,
sure. Right? But going back to this game for a second, the main shit that he got was that, they had gone for a field goal and they lost by 4 points.
Who's this?
Jason Garrett at the end of the game with the Cowboys. But I don't really blame him. His team's no one's catching a ball.
One of the best receivers in the league statistically didn't catch a ball.
And
you know what I mean?
Honestly, the numbers dictate that if you have three timeouts in over 2 minutes, you kick the field goal and you play defense.
Of course, you have 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
Because
they've only scored 1 touchdown and it was in the first quarter. So your defense is playing good. So give the ball, let your defense get you the ball back. Either way, you're gonna have to score a touchdown.
Who'd have thought James White and Amari Cooper 0 points in fantasy?
Crazy.
Well,
James,
I had both of them against you.
You were playing.
So
well, James White, I understand because he's there in specific packages as a receiver, and they didn't throw the ball, and he's not their premier running back. It's usually what's his name? Bolden and Burkhead, or Sonny even, but I think Michelle was injured.
no, Sonny got 85 yards, 20 carries.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm so dumb. And
Listen, when a Georgia
as you
Bulldog-
said that, I'm like, I remember
when a
him
Georgia
running.
Bulldog's a lead back, I
Yeah,
know.
no, he was good. That was a nice 1-2 punch they had too back then.
Yeah.
But just to say is that I didn't think they played bad. I just think that it was just the circumstances that happened. You were playing against the best team in the AFC, and it's like it is what it is, man. I don't think that's the fireable. That's the game that's going to get Jason Garrett fired.
It seems odd that it's coming all after this game.
It's because it's like they lost shitty games before. They had this game, and everybody was kind of hoping that they would win to kind of knock down the Patriots a bit.
Yeah.
And when that didn't happen, everybody's like, oh, like they lose all their gas. And then they're like, okay, the Cowboys could have done it. And they didn't do it. And it was a very televised game. I think it was the most televised of the year so far.
Oh, so it was a big game. I was looking forward to it.
Huge game.
I was looking forward
good.
to it.
And too bad for who did Tennessee play?
The Jags.
Tennessee and the Jaguars played at the same time. Nobody watched that.
Nobody watched that game.
Nobody
it got
watched
as
that
many ratings as Amari Cooper had catches.
Nobody watched that game.
So
Gardner Minshew was not playing. You did not watch it.
Nobody cares. I'm gonna read to you.
Tannehill versus Nick Foles. I mean,
I'm actually getting the ratings.
I think my dick got smaller.
What year is it?
Yeah. Tanner against Nick Foles. What year? Are we in 2017?
It's true, but I can tell you as a Miami Dolphins fan, watching Tannehill does make your dick smaller. My wife is not happy.
That's why she was happy they traded him.
She was. That's the year we got married. I'm gonna read to you guys. I'm gonna read you guys an exchange between Greg Popovich and a journalist from the Express News columnist.
Okay.
And Greg Popovich has once
sarcasm.
again solidified his place in my heart as my favorite person who rips on media guys and makes them feel terrible. Express News columnist says, "You were always very supportive of Brett Brown in difficult times, as he was just mentioning that he doesn't have to pick you up. Popovich, are you affirming that this is a difficult time for us?" The Express News columnist says, "I am." Popovich says, "That's bullshit. We're kicking ass. Jeez, fake news. The man was right. Fake news." Express News columnist, "I'm just going to explicitly say this seems like a difficult time for you. Popovich, it's a conspiracy theory. Whoever started the rumor that we're losing these games, it didn't happen. It's not true. It's a witch hunt. I see intrigue. I see treasonous behavior. I see spies. They're all sick. All those people that's saying that. Scum."
Is he doing his best?
They had lost 7 straight games. They had lost 7 straight games to this point. Yes, he's doing his best.
Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I love it.
He's been amazing because every step of the way, whether it's been the kneeling protest, whether it's been now the impeachment trials, he even said, like, they asked him, like, so if you had to step away from basketball because the team's not doing well, do you think, like, how would you regard this era in Spurs basketball? He says, "I wouldn't regard it at all because it's just basketball. I'd probably look back at the impeachment trials as something that's more important in history."
I love Greg Popovich, man.
He's my favorite kind of grumpy.
Oh, for sure.
Grumpy that's also kind of an asshole, but also kind of smart.
Also kind of smart.
Yeah.
Super smart.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. That said, you look at the Spurs through history. As long as Popovich has been there, they had David Robinson, an incredible run.
Love David
Tim Duncan, an incredible run.
It's like they're the Steelers, with the coaches.
Yeah.
Where they kind of just like they keep all the big men for a really long time.
And that's it. and then Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we all know how that ended. Yeah. Do you think, like, again, I understand that basketball's not the only thing in his life, but do you think he'll come to regret how that interchange took place with Kawhi Leonard? Seeing that Kawhi Leonard seems very keen on protecting his body and so on and so forth, and he will not play if he feels that it's not healthy or if he doesn't feel it's in the best interest for the longevity of his career or for his team's success. Okay. Now knowing with the results that we saw what happened in Toronto, we're seeing what's happening with the Clippers. He's literally transformed 2 franchises overnight, 3 if you count leaving the Spurs. Do you think he'll come to regret that in time?
That he left the Spurs?
The way Popovich. Do you think Popovich will come to regret how he handled the Kawhi situation?
No, I don't think Popovich is. I mean, he's a very introspective guy. I mean, he's very woke, I guess you would call. You know what I mean? He's aware. He's very self-aware. I think that he's also this is the decision we made, and I'm sticking to it, and that is what it is. Like things wouldn't have happened if I didn't do it. Like he doesn't regret things, is what I mean. Trying to say, I don't feel he's like the type of guy who's gonna go back and think, oh, we should have done this.
Even though it leaves him coaching DeMar DeRozan, one of the least efficient players in basketball history.
Since he took over, so whose fault is that?
I was thinking about this actually the other day. It's crazy to think that Valanciunas and DeRozan were playing on the same rotation. That's so ineffective. And with Lowry, when he's off, all three of those guys,
we saw.
No kidding, they never won anything.
We saw what happens with Lowry when he's not the number one, and he looked very good in the finals last year, right? So, DeMar DeRozan, we saw it. He would shrink every time in the playoffs. He's an inefficient, deep two-point shooter. Who's added 3 points to his game a little bit. LaMarcus Aldridge, same kind of thing. These guys sink deep 2-pointers like nobody's business, but they can't take one step back and make a 3-pointer for some reason. I find that super interesting. Perhaps more interesting, however, is how little interest there is for players playing in the New York Knicks.
So bad.
This is good.
And in another attempt to troll our main Graffesium, Duke, who is not only a Raiders fan, but also a Knicks fan.
It's terrible.
Let's hear this sound from Richard Jefferson.
I refuse to play for the Knicks. Like Jason Kidd and Kenny Martin, they don't really care. Me, I was the one person that said, Knicks, no, I'll retire. That's why I retired. They were the one team that offered me a job, and I decided to retire. Is this a true story? I decided to retire instead. Wow, how about that? It was true.
So, Terry,
how do you feel?
Oh,
okay.
I mean,
you want me to go first?
No, go.
Because I'm gonna go with you first, Terry, because you've been the only person who supported James Dolan through his terrible music career and through his owning of the.
No, he did something stupid where I was off. I was off the bandwagon. I forgot what it was. Like it was his latest.
Was it banning Charles Oakley from the stadium?
I think it was that.
No,
that you were on. You were on. Like, that's how he got you.
He got me because it's his team. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, but like Charles Oakley's the Knicks.
Yeah, but
like he's as the Knicks as Spike Lee.
But he's like, you're a little bit too entitled here. Just get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like,
entitled because he bought a ticket to go to the game.
Yeah,
he had an entitlement to that ticket. Correct.
Yeah, but like, just relax. It's my team. Like I'm gonna do.
So do you see?
You can do whatever you want with your team.
Yeah, but not.
I'm not gonna bash you. I mean, I will bash you,
but we'll bash you now that players legit would rather retire than play for you.
Okay, so but it's like
at the Mecca.
Well, yeah, it's the Mecca. Who
totally
doesn't? Those jerseys are fucking nice.
Cool.
They are nice, beautiful. I love the Knicks jersey. I love MSG. It's an awesome place to watch a game.
Great place.
Yeah. So the Knicks are really bad this season.
Yeah,
it's awful.
Yeah.
I mean, RJ Barrett's averaging 15 a game, which is okay.
But
I
he's
guess.
third in rookies,
and he's probably not going to play. He's probably not going to play against Toronto. That was a game I was looking forward to because he's going to go play.
So I think people are going to start comparing RJ Barrett to Ja. Is Ja Morant injured or is it?
No,
he got injured.
But there's no comparison because like they had no chance to draft Ja Morant.
No, I'm saying like just the two players will be.
Nah, he crashed into a camera and he's good.
No, he didn't crash. He fell on his knee. But if he came back, he's fine.
It's okay. Load management.
Yeah, exactly.
Forced load management.
Oh, this was just against the Pacers.
Yeah, it was Miles Turner that hit him.
That's why he knows.
Wow.
It's the only reason why I know. I would have never seen a highlight from Memphis.
How do you catch your Pacers games? You get
I'll Google. No, I don't have any packages. If they're not playing, I'll just Google like atdhd.net or whatever it is there. Some illegal streaming site and all.
Oh,
you mean super legal streaming sites?
Yeah, I mean, it's very legal, as Douche Locale.
If you have a legal streaming site, let us know, and this is where we would plug you.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear that, DAZN?
For $15 a view. So we're gonna get a whopping $45.
Hey, you can get a lot of high boys for that.
$60 because we're all gonna use it.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, so they're gonna get compared a lot, and I don't think it's fair because RJ Barrett literally has nobody.
Yeah,
nobody. I feel like we're waiting for Duke to do something.
What did you want me to do?
Because he's typing, so
I feel like we're waiting for you to like do something. Like,
no, I'm actually just really sad right now because I'm looking at the standings and the
Knicks
are.
He got lost in
we lost to the Nets by 1 point last night, and it's been rough. It's been rough.
Yeah, but Dinwiddie's fucking nice. I like that guy.
Yeah, well,
he
won
got
a game,
stupid
right?
name though.
Yeah,
if he was a kicker, I would have drafted him. Because I only draft kickers with stupid names like Butker.
So
his name has Butt.
So Richard Jefferson.
Will Lutz.
So Richard Jefferson gets offered by one team.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Sense. He was probably going to retire anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's saying it for comedic purpose.
But I'm just wondering why.
I mean, there's some truth to it.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's probably saying like, oh,
He's playing it up.
They were the only team. I'm retiring. It was more like
They probably offered him the only team, 10th man in the rotation.
Yeah,
Okay, but I'm trying to figure out why the fuck they even offered him something.
because, who's their 11th guy on the team?
I don't want to know.
Exactly.
still.
Wouldn't you rather Richard Jefferson, who's won championships?
But why are they the only fucking team that ever offers bad players that are past their prime money?
Because
They do
the
this all
Warriors,
time.
because the Warriors offered money to all guys that got cut from every other team.
It's where players go to die.
yeah,
yeah.
very
Who
much.
wouldn't want to live in New York last year? Just fucking eat everywhere, have a great time, and play for the fucking Knicks.
And that's why Durant chose Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
But when we hired David Fizdale, everything was supposed to be great.
And from Brooklyn to Brandon Brooks.
Isn't he getting fired? That's not bad.
He's not. They better not fire him.
So
You can't fire a coach with those players.
asshole, I'm talking.
What were you saying, Duke?
So believe it or not, I was actually at a workshop for managing clients and students with anxiety on Friday. And super interesting workshop. Actually, for once, you go to these things 95% of the time they're terrible.
Yeah.
I was actually super engaged, super interesting. It made me like very introspective with my own
Yeah.
anxieties and how weird it is to be a guy who spends most of his time on a microphone,
Yeah.
who has these massive anxieties. But so it allowed me to be very introspective about that. And then we see on Sunday Brandon Brooks of the Philadelphia Eagles, at one time one of the best guards in the game, still amongst the top guards in the game.
He's
Play the
team.
game
He's on
because
my team in Madden. So
sorry,
he's on my team in Madden.
there you go. And your team is terrible.
No, not that team.
So he, the thing is that he comes in, and Brandon Brooks, unfortunately misses the game on Sunday due to
I think
anxiety.
he left early from the game.
Oh, he left early. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yes, okay.
Because he felt he was getting a panic attack. And
Yeah, and for those who have not, one of the things they said in this workshop is for those who don't have anxiety, it's difficult to understand what it means.
I didn't know what it was until I had my first anxiety attack.
It's awful.
It's awful.
It's awful.
It's awful.
You irrationally think you're going to die.
Yeah, it's only happened a couple of times.
Like you're telling people that you can't breathe, even though if you couldn't breathe, you wouldn't be able to say that you can't breathe.
Yeah.
But on top of that, it is something really interesting that we suffer a lot of anxiety in this part of the world because we don't have. So we have a defense mechanism, a fight or fly instinct that's built into humanity.
Yeah.
That was important when we had to get the fuck away from dinosaurs. But that we no longer have that fear. So what happens is all these physical fears, as they start getting, they become less and less a reality. For example, someone starving in Ethiopia they don't have the same type of anxieties.
Oh, of
they
course,
don't. They don't get a panic attack because they didn't hand in a term paper.
Yeah.
They don't get an anxiety attack because they forgot to pay
We're basically,
their
you're saying we're millennials.
We are, no, but it's because all these other fear aspects have been removed.
Yeah.
We have a lot of psychological anxiety that's never existed at any point in human history because of this, which I find super fascinating.
It's crazy.
And of course,
how we've developed.
Of course, if you went on Twitter, the amount of Philadelphia Eagles fans who are just shit people ripping on a guy who's legitimately suffering. And the reason he's suffering from anxiety, by the way, is in his case,
the fans don't like him.
The fear that he would let down his teammates.
Oh,
you know what I mean? You think of that, being that good and having that much fear that you couldn't carry out the task that you've trained your entire life to do. And it's part of you. You're fighting this every day. That's insane. That's insane. And I really hope the best for Brandon Brooks. I hope he gets the help he needs because it's tough. That's tough to deal with. Sure.
I mean, I know what it's like. I've had, like I said, it's happened a couple times, and it's rough. And when you're having that, and you tell yourself, for him to be mentally strong enough to say, I'm not going to play.
I'm not laughing at you, Eagles.
Yeah, I
can't wait to get to the NHL topic, and he keeps smiling at me creepily. I'm sorry, Terry. Go ahead.
Because Eagles an idiot.
Yeah, like
smartest
Terry's
dumb
opening
guy.
Up.
I got the juice.
Dumb guy I know.
You guys haven't seen this yet. I got the juice. That's why.
So Terry,
I'm happy that you're happy.
You have to understand, Terry is never vulnerable. Like he hung out with me for an hour after getting into a car accident, totaling his car.
Didn't say anything.
It did not mention it till the next night when we had the show.
Still trying to figure that one out, man.
So the guy's being vulnerable for one time,
anything?
and Eagles smiling like a fucking clown because he wants to talk about.
But that takes away anxiety from me.
Flames.
Eagles smiling. So I've had it a couple times, and I know how bad it is for him to be mentally strong enough to tell his team and his coaches, listen, guys, I can't do it. Put somebody else in that's going to do it. It's good, man. I'll never bash anybody for doing something that they feel is good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
regardless of what it is. Even with just to bring
Not to
this.
mention, this is a dangerous game.
It is.
If you're not checked in 100%, you're gonna get hurt.
It is, but not to bring him up because I always say I hate talking about him. But Antonio Brown, I actually respect that he's putting his foot down. You know what I mean? He's an idiot.
It's the weirdest way possible.
Yeah,
to do
but
it.
he's putting his foot down because it's what he believes in, which is fine. Like, you do whatever you think is right for you, and that's it. Fuck
Absolutely.
Fuck everybody else.
Eagle.
Fuck you, Eagle.
Okay, would you like to transition to the topic?
Yeah. Breaking news in the NHL.
Okay.
Calgary Flames coach Bill Peters is in a lot of trouble right now. First off, there was an accusation from Akeem Aliu, who was a player in his junior days. I think he was coaching in the right before the ECHL.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
Is it because he's not coaching tonight? Oh, I stole your flame.
No!
I stole your flame. Go ahead. Tell us
Okay,
the
wait.
story.
So actually, it gets worse than that. So
Yeah.
apparently, basically, he goes on to tweet saying that not very surprising the things we're hearing about Babcock. He goes, Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Same sort of deal with his protege in YYC, which effectively Bill Peters was coaching at that point. He goes, he dropped the N-bomb several times towards me in the dressing room in my rookie year because he didn't like my choice of music.
Yeah.
To quote him, he walked in before a morning pregame skate and said, "Hey, Akeem, I'm sick of you playing that jigger shit," except it wasn't jigger. It was another word.
You can just say N-word. I would.
Yeah,
funny
let's please not do that.
Like
it's just too dangerous to do it your way.
No.
He did call him Badcock, but I mean,
First one to admit I rebelled against him, wouldn't you? And instead of remedying the situation, he wrote a letter to John McDonough and Stan Bowman to have me sent down to the ECHL, and basically it kind of ruined my start to my pro career, which was then followed up earlier today with an accusation from former from Carolina Hurricanes player Michael Jordan, who confirmed that there was multiple physical altercations between Bill Peters and players in Carolina. Apparently, he kicked me pretty hard in the back during a game. Even the trainers and the other guys saw it. It was at a point in my career, like I just got there, I couldn't say anything. I didn't want them to think I was crying. Me and my agent, we kept it secret. And then this is confirmed with other sources, and apparently he also struck other Hurricanes defensemen in the back of the head on the bench during a game. And that Rod Francis was aware of this and didn't do anything, and apparently it ruined close relationships between Francis and a bunch of other people because of this.
You know, I'm laughing.
So all this is going on. Tonight, he's not going to be behind the bench. They're currently investigating stuff, so assistant coach is going to be taking over. But yeah, things are not looking good. And think about it. This kind of all started because of Babcock. He got fired, and now all the stars are coming out.
All the shit's coming out. It's like with when Michael Jackson died, everything started coming out after. Babcock's gone, all the shit's coming out. But Bill Peters, like, this happened like 10 years ago apparently, and it's like, what happened since then? Like, how did you get all these jobs? Well, how did this information never come out?
Because it's hockey. It's first of all, it's
a revolving
the norm
door of garbage.
Yeah, and he'll get another job after, because why not?
After this, I don't think so.
It'll be tough. But the thing
he'll
is,
be in the AHL somewhere, but he won't be in the NHL.
The thing is, we've talked about this at length, right? Like we talked about it with the whole Subban situation, whether or not you agree with the trade.
Yeah.
A lot of the coding and the language in the press conference was bizarre, and I don't believe the team to be racist, but there was
it's a way of speaking.
You know, it was just a racial misunderstanding, let's say, or there's things were somewhat racially motivated in terms of not understanding other people's cultures and so on and so forth. When you say that this one guy doesn't fit our culture, and the key difference is that he has a different culture, it makes it kind of different. And that's the case here. But here, I would say it's one step further in that it's not racially coded or racially insensitive or racial. It's racist. You can't say those words. You can't react that way. And you can hate on entire genre of music without listening to Tribe Called Quest. Maybe you need to broaden your horizons, Bill Peters.
I mean, yeah, who doesn't like little fucking Q-Tip?
I don't know, man.
It's just, honestly, it's I was laughing before because the guy said, I got sent down to the ECHL, and I said, I was gonna say, he got the Kaepernick treatment.
I'm glad you stopped.
But you know what I mean?
but then you said it anyway.
I said it, but it was like, it's pretty much what it is. You know what I mean? Like, the old boys club, they're like, no, we don't like what this guy's saying. It's going against us rich white folk. You know what I mean? So they're like, fuck this shit. We're going to send him down. That's crazy, man. It is what it is. But hockey, we spoke about this a few months ago. There was that incident with the kid in the queue where he was getting berated by the fans, the black kid. And hockey, man, it's like, it's not there yet. It's really not there yet.
Absolutely, it's sad to see. I'm happy the Flames are taking action right away. They're going to investigate it. My guess is that if people are alleging physical abuse in the workplace, and again, the fact that it's covered up by assistant coaches is why.
Yeah. But those assistant coaches are looking out for their job, but it's like you have to have where's the moral compass?
Yeah.
Where is it? And yeah, it sucks.
And you'd hope that it changes over time. We are seeing people from different backgrounds playing more and more in the NHL.
Well, I'll tell you this: I work with kids in hockey, and I will say there is so many young black kids playing now, and they all wear number 76, all of them.
Well, that's good. That's great.
Yeah, exactly.
It means it means at least they see someone like themselves in that league.
Well, one of the fathers was telling me he's a black guy and his son plays, and he was telling me, he's like, honestly, most of the kids on my team are black. The only reason why is because it's the Subban effect. Yeah. I didn't go reach out to get these kids. They all came to us. He's like, because it's a Subban effect.
Needless to say, Bill Peters will not be eating ham and eggs because they're high in cholesterol. I think that leads us to.
But you know what's funny about that? Johnny Gaudreau plays on his team. His nickname, Ham and Cheese.
There we go.
Wow,
it's true. Actually,
look at
that. I don't get that nickname.
Ham and Cheese. I don't know. I can hear.
There you go.
I can't hear anything.
Burrow deep. Someone scoured through Twitter and dug up Joe Burrow's older and more problematic tweets from a long time ago. It made fun of Stuart Scott's lazy eye. Asked NBA teams to stop drafting foreigners.
With an O.
Who calls them foreigners anymore?
I would love to.
What is this, the colonial era? Foreigners.
Foreigners.
Got to stop the foreigners.
He didn't want to say like Europeans. He didn't want to single anybody out.
Oh, okay, because that's better.
Yeah. But that Stuart Scott one is funny. Like,
I mean,
R.I.P. Stuart Scott, but it was pretty funny.
He was like suffering from cancer at the time too.
His eye was always like that.
Oh, I understand. It's shitty to say.
I get it.
That about someone suffering from cancer.
I get it, but it's pretty funny.
So here's the thing. I think this is just shitty parenting. I feel like you need to keep your kids off social media until they're just not stupid. Because all kids are stupid.
Because I like
all
Joe Burrow's
kids.
More now.
I'm going to tell you, your kids aren't special. They say some words. They count to 10. Who gives a fuck? They're dumb. They're going to do dumb shit like this. Keep them off Twitter as long as you can.
But how do you keep someone off Twitter?
You slap them upside the head.
You're like, they're going to find
a way.
I'm
not promoting that you hit your kids.
They're going to find a way.
It's impossible. Your kids are going to be on social
media. Okay there, Bill Peters.
It's impossible.
I don't know, like I'm just trying to think of it this way, right?
Only the slapping part.
Okay, boomer.
So I feel bad for this kid in a way, in the sense that, when he put out these tweets, he's some young kid from Iowa, probably didn't even know he's going to become a pro quarterback or even be that great, maybe. Yeah. And then these are probably old tweets that happened a long time ago when he was a kid. And then I just feel like it's
these are the ones that he forgot to delete.
This is the issue that none of us understand, because we didn't have a fucking Twitter when we were like 8 years old or 9 years old, just ready to write whatever. Yeah, we used to
like,
then whatever future successes you have, people come back and shit on you for something you wrote when you were
the phone would ring and the nude pic I've been trying to download would stop at her legs.
Yeah. See, what if people knew that about Terry?
Yeah. Just a picked girl in a naked and just downloading it.
My thing is,
and then my grandmother calls, talk to my mom. And my mom picks up the phone, cuts the internet. And I'm done. I can't even see nudes. 12 years old, man.
There's 3 women in that story.
Chucky's Cheese.
2 of them are dead.
Raiders coach, after a really stupid fucking foul that should never been a foul, should never been flagged.
What is he
he tells him, he says, you're a motherfucking cocksucker.
You're a couch-looking father pillow?
Couch-looking father pillow. I believe
he was so pissed.
That's an appropriate insult.
Have you been practicing your bad lip reading?
Yeah.
Listen, all NFL referees kind of look like couch pillows. Maybe they got to hit the gym. We saw
Clete Blackman.
We saw the most jacked one retire.
Clete Blackman,
your boy.
worst referee in the NFL after the other guy yelled at the other time. But Clete Blackman doesn't even know the rules. It wasn't a roughing the passer because the guy's outside the fucking pocket.
It's time though that you start making NFL referees full-time employees, because you keep losing the best ones to networks. This is what's happening. We have subpar referees reffing the games, and you know what?
Clete Blackman.
I love making fun of Gruden because his voice is stupid, but it's also awesome. So, and I wish I could actually hear him say.
Guys, I have an announcement. I'm officially sold on the just like 1 or 2 refs on the field.
Less refs?
Less refs. I'm sold on the less
down.
refs.
Yeah,
you want to put more power in New York?
No, I want to put a couple refs on the field, maybe 3, one in the back judge, one on the other side, and maybe one on the sideline with the markers. and the rest
electronic markers.
and whoever calls penalties calls from upstairs.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, even if you look at those tripping calls that happened in Dallas,
Oh, that was awful.
That was stupid.
That ruined the game for the Cowboys.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
On that
what's
third
up
and
with
one?
these
That
refs,
was on a
man?
3rd and 1.
Why do these refs have to ruin these football games? Leave me alone. Okay. Next. The wildest claim. Deontay Wilder claims he's a harder puncher than Ali Tyson and so on. Where does this hit fit in the pantheon of fisting?
I wrote you a joke and you fucked it up.
Definitely not going to go all the rounds.
I talked to George Foreman earlier today, and he's like, I love Deontay Wilder. This guy's great. He's like, but I think Mike Tyson hits harder. What do you think? What do you think about that?
I mean, I had some people sitting by Mike, and they wanted to bring awareness to my attention that Mike was like, he gave me some praises, which I wish he would say it in public though, like just behind closed doors is cute and shit. Yeah. But out in public, just to express yourself. I don't know what's the deal is with the old generation, new generation. Like the old is the past, bro. Let it go. History does repeat itself, and then God bring others to come along to make their own history, and that's the thing I'm saying. And they was telling me how Mike said, man, when I knocked guys out, I had to use combinations. It was continuous of punches. Right. But with Wilder, he's like, he actually can hit. And that's the thing about it. These past, I understand Foreman and all these guys, they got to really just let that era go in the past. I am the hardest hitting punch in boxing history, period.
Foreman,
and out of
Tyson
I'm 42-0 with 41, KOs. And the numbers speak for itself. I got a 97% ratio knockout, and I'm above everybody. Numbers don't lie.
And
so
the one
I don't
guy
know
he didn't
what
knock out, he ended up
Foreman
knocking
talking
out in the first
about.
round, the second time.
Foreman as well.
So
boxing is a small community. They got to learn how to give me my.
He's probably the hardest puncher I've seen in a while.
Well, I mean,
there's no way to really measure it.
Seeing that, I mean, I'm sure ESPN has those advanced analytics that they can measure the punch speed.
Yeah, there is stuff, but it's actually the fastest puncher in the world is a UFC fighter, Francis Ngannou.
I will say that like sometimes you see a guy in baseball, for example, where the ball just comes off the bat differently, yeah. And like when Wilder connects with your face, you come off his fist differently.
But Conor McGregor is kind of the same way. Like Nate Diaz, he likes to punch in bunches, right? Everything is like 80%. Where Conor McGregor is like he'll go one punch right on the button, and that's what Wilder. He doesn't really have it. Like he's not very accurate. But it's a one punch knockout.
But when like he's not gonna always hit that punch.
Because
when he cracks you with it, like
he was.
I was watching that fight,
losing it.
I saw that punch as it connected. I'm like, oh, it's done. It's done.
Yeah,
like
done.
I got chills on the back of my neck because I was like, that's such an insane punch.
By the way, that post on Instagram, 500 views.
Ayo.
All over the world.
Amazing.
All over the world.
Insane.
We gotta when we catch these things in a moment, we get crazy views.
Yeah, that's where you're quick on it. You're good on that shit. Yeah.
Playing selfie-ish. Dwayne Haskins missed his opportunity to take the victory formation for the first time in his career. He was taking a selfie with a fan instead.
You couldn't even get the job done with the lead pipe.
Hey, Seth Rollins.
I want to see that. Love that guy. Love me some Rollins.
Then Quentin Dunbar's for the last field goal.
It's his first win of his career.
Wait, just wait for it. Haskins all smiles. Taking selfies with a fan.
Like he's not the brightest quarterback. He really isn't. Like even in the way he plays.
Okay, so like first of all, maybe he
he's excited. He's a
maybe he
young
didn't
kid.
kneel just so he could take our attention off how terrible he was that game, and he got away with the win. But honestly,
He got lucky with that game.
I actually don't care. I don't think this is such a big deal. Would the game have changed? Can anybody else run the kneel play? Yes, you could snap it to Adrian Peterson.
But it kind of shows like his,
immaturity.
act like you've been there before. Maturity.
No, not even that. It's just
But who
immaturity.
cares? Like,
No, I don't mind
some
it at
people
all.
don't act like they've been there before.
lack
Some
of
people eat a hot dog
situational-
on the sideline. I think that's also fine.
But
Fuck off. Talking about.
But the way I see it is that if he didn't tell any coaches that he was doing that, and Chase Keenum didn't know, he's probably gonna get ripped because he never told.
And there's not a guy who's going to take it worse in the world than Bill Callahan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The CFL Grey Cup happened. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers Are no more.
I love how it's a rapid fire.
Wait, why does it say Winnipeg Blue Bombers no more?
The Pantman no more.
Oh, the Pantman.
So the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, congratulations, they won their first championship in 29
Did anyone
years.
know knew what happened on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, they dominated.
Did you actually watch the game?
No.
No.
I watched a little bit, but not like I didn't. I was watching.
I can't watch. The CFL gives me eye pain.
I was watching the Cowboys game. I only had one TV. Sorry, man. Cowboys take. If the Alouettes were playing, I would have watched for sure.
I actually had the Jags on my tablet. I'd rather watch the Jags.
So you know what the story is of this guy? You know the story, right? Well, you put
talked
it in.
Yeah, we talked about last week.
It was last week we spoke
Dude,
about?
this is the first time this guy's wearing pants since 2001 because he had said previously that he would not put on pants until the Blue Bombers won a Super Bowl. Won a Grey Cup. Super Bowl would have been a long fucking time. But yeah, since 2001.
So it's obviously it's taken him that long because he doesn't.
He
I guess
doesn't know how to put them on.
He forgot how to put on pants.
Did he put one leg at a time? Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, everyone puts pants on when looking at
No,
the
fuck up the right leg.
No, Duke jumps
Why did he
into
fuck
his
that up?
pants. Duke has like a little contraption where he attaches his pants at night. So the morning he just
four clothing
Yeah.
pins and
That
he just
morning-
jumps in.
That's fucking
he
ingenious.
just jumps off his bed and just lands.
That
in
is
the pants.
ingenious.
The pantsifier.
The pantsifier. You do your pantsifier every morning.
I'm
And so
amazed by
do we have
this.
a final segment?
Oh yeah,
we're-
final segment. Oh, you ready to go? Is there one more?
Nothing.
You're good. I sent the final segment to Eagle. So what you guys are gonna do, you two bacalas, I picked 5 random soccer players, past or present, but in your era, so you would know who these players are.
Oh, yeah.
And not so the obscure that you wouldn't know who they are.
So it's going to be obscure for me entirely.
No,
because
you're gonna get some of them. I promise you're gonna get some of them.
There's not a sport I watch less than soccer.
Okay. Anyway, so Eagle is gonna put the faces up on the screen, and then you guys are gonna have to tell me who that person is.
Oh, this is obviously Eugenio Erasmo. He's the star striker of the
Pantalones.
Catalan Rebels.
Please tell me you're joking.
You have no idea who this guy is?
Duke?
No. Do you not have any
I
idea
have
who
no
this
idea.
is?
What?
Yeah, he's pretty bad with
This
this.
is the easy one.
No, you guys really
This
caught
is
you
Totti.
caught him on this one.
Francesco
man.
Totti
No, he's really not,
of
he's
AC
not-
Roma, Team Italy.
Yeah. I know. I'm aware of the
Jesus.
name.
Yeah. I think
Wow.
I think you
He
guys
scored-
you guys
he
are onto
scored-
something. He's terrible with this.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Next one.
He scored the penalty shot in the
Next.
2006 run when we played Australia.
Yeah.
We almost lost to them.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
I love that. He spit in a guy's face.
Jesus. Okay.
What else?
No, he didn't spit in his face.
He did. He spit in a guy's
Okay,
face.
maybe
All
a
right.
little bit.
You want to go with another easy one?
Yes.
Whatever. Yeah.
This right here. This is Evgeny Erasmo. He's a star
Evgeny.
Swedish.
So this guy's Russian.
Yeah. No, he's Swedish. For some reason, he was adopted by a Swedish
So you
family.
have no idea who this guy is.
And in fact, he's part of the Swedish national team after playing several years in Japan. Duke?
It's drugs, bro.
It's Drogba. DJ Drogba.
Oh, he plays in Montreal.
He
In
used
our
to-
own
he
city.
used to- he used to.
I've seen him play live
Yeah.
5 times.
Yeah, he used to. He doesn't play here anymore.
But yes, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just
All
gonna
right,
give him-
let's
I'm
go
gonna
with a
nicknames.
little bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
This one might be a little bit hard.
Oh.
Come on,
That's
we talk
my
about him all the
favorite
time.
coach. The guy I love making fun of.
Yeah.
Shit.
Eugenio
This was the
Erasmo.
easiest one. I thought this would have been the easiest one.
Mourinho. Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Yeah.
I could tell because he looks like a jackass.
Because I know
He's
we've spoken
exactly
about
like
him
you.
before, so I figured he would
Yeah,
get it.
And he's exactly like you. That's why
I
you
like
The next
because I
two they
love
won't
making
get.
fun of him.
They won't get the next two.
Oh, Duke, you got this one first.
it's not fucking Neymar. It's the other guy. The guy who plays for Paris Saint-Germain. It's his
Oh,
face.
I gotta guess a one name guy too. This guy's
Well, you
name-
just looked at his logo and you said,
No, I can't even see the logo from here. It's
It is PFG.
no,
It is-
fuck
it is-
off. I
yeah.
forget his fucking name.
This guy is a German player, goes by one name, Diepenauer. It's similar to the French name Depener because
guy-
when you need him, he gets you out of trouble.
this guy goes by one name and his name is Neymar.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, it is
Neymar,
Neymar.
Neymar, it is Neymar,
It's
yeah.
not Neymar.
It's not Neymar.
And
It's
last one.
Nemas.
You guys should know this. Hopefully.
I don't know if you'll know this.
Oh, of course. Who else can forget the smiles of Jean-Claude Suarez? A half Belgian, half Colombian sensation. The guy's known for his tricycle kicks. He tries it up like a motherfucker. Nobody tries as hard as Suarez, they say.
I'm sorry. I was trying to cheat. I've looked up Arab soccer players.
He's actually Egyptian.
What's the first name that comes up?
It's Zinedine Zidane.
Yeah, he's
And then
Algerian.
there's Moanas Dabour.
Nope.
And then Abbas Swan.
How far down is
Man, you're really dumb.
how far down
is
is Mo Salah?
Mo Salah.
from- yeah.
And then you have
I have a coworker actually because we have Egyptian resources. They actually made a
Mamoun.
candle, like a crafted candle, and they won a
Mamoun.
contest. I got sent to him. So
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
It's pretty good.
I love this guy.
I like
I'm a
the
Liverpool
segment.
But
fan,
then when
so-
he opened the package, he said, "What the fuck am I doing with this candle?"
with his life-size candle.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome. That
So
was
we
awesome.
proved it. Nobody cares about soccer.
I just got news that there's going to be a storm on the eastern seaboard tomorrow. That's going to suck. Hopefully, it starts after my plane leaves.
Yeah, probably.
But anyway, maybe you guys will see me sooner than we thought. Until then, thank you, Terry. Thank you, Eagle. Thank you, Duke. And you've been listening to Hot Sauce Sports. There we go. Good night, everyone.